Hi, I'm the substitute teacher for today. Can we all just settle down, please? Quiet. Okay, sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Thank you. Great listening skills. Right. I can't really be bothered to teach you anything, so I'm just going to read you a book. Yes, Jimmy. Why am I so lazy? Why are you so rude? Exactly, that's what I thought. Okay. So we have a little book here. Okay, it's called 365 Bedtime Stories. I'm hoping that even though it's during the day, I can spend 15 minutes reading to you and you'll fall asleep for the rest of the time and I can just sit here in peace. Okay, so I'm going to pick a story and the characters in it remind me of you, Jimmy. It is called Troll 2, 3, 4. Okay? It really does just remind me of you. So. Trolls like to laze about, twiddling their toes, picking their noses. Just like you in the back. And having a doze. Hopefully you'll all be doing that later. They love to creep up behind goats and go boo. Except for one sad, lonely troll, Boogaloo. The other trolls tried but could not understand why Boogaloo felt so alone in Trollland. We've all been there, haven't we? Some more than others. All I want is a friend, he thought with a sigh. And just then, a shiny red thing floated by. Oh, ow, goodness, what is it? He ran after the thing and was running so fast, he went straight by the sign that no troll should go past. It's just like any of you in this room, I think, not to look where you're going and read things and stuff like that. Okay. A second troll followed behind Boogaloo, thinking, where is he going? I want to go too. They walked through the keep-out clouds straight to a place where a human being stood with a very shocked face. The human being screamed, I see trolls, very loud. That's what I thought when I first stepped into this classroom. Shut up, Jimmy. And fled as the third troll came out of the cloud. Another troll, number 4, followed them too, marching in line right behind Boogaloo. And before you could say boogie boo, there were crowds of curious trolls popping out through the clouds. Trolls filthy and furry were marching along, singing their favourite troll marching song. Why are you laughing? Troll 2, 3, 4. We're the trolls who grunt and snore. Troll 2, 3, 4. We don't know. There might be more. But we can only count to 4. Better than what you guys can do, huh? The humans were frightened. The trolls looked so scary. So scruffy and smelly and horrid and hairy. As the trolls passed a park, Boogaloo sneaked away. He opened the gate and ran in to play. In a house just nearby, a boy stood on a chair and we whispered, "Hey, look, there's a troll over there, just there. He looks a bit lonely. I'll just go and see. Maybe he'd play with someone like me." "Hello," said the boy. "My name's Jake. Who are you? Come and play on this Oh, sorry, missed the line. The little troll smiled and said, "Boogaloo." "Come and play on this whiz thing," Boogaloo cried. "All right," answered Jake, "but we call it a slide." "Will you be my very best friend, Boogaloo?" "Yes, please," the troll answered. "Will you be mine too?" And humans and trolls all crept closer to see what very best friends trolls and humans could be. There is nothing between trolls and humans today. All signs came down, the clouds drifted away. Together they play with balloons and toy boats, and no one is frightened, not even the goats. That was good, wasn't it? Read it again. You gotta be joking, aren't you? Unreal. Right. Let's do Rumpelstiltskin. Anyone read that before? No. Wow, okay. First time for everything, I suppose. So, Rumpelstiltskin. Long ago, a poor miller was so desperate to impress the king that he told him his daughter could spin straw into gold. If only. "This I must see," said the king. The next day, at the palace, the king led the girl to a room filled with straw. "Spin this into gold by morning," he demanded, then left. The girl wept at the impossible task. Suddenly, a strange little man appeared. "Give me your necklace, and I will help you," he told her. The girl handed it to him, and the strange little man sat in front of the spinning wheel and spun the straw into gold. The next day, the delighted king took the miller's daughter to an even bigger room filled with straw. "Spin this into gold, and you shall be my queen," he said. The strange little man appeared once more, but the girl had nothing left to give him. "If you become queen," he told her, "you can give me your firstborn child." Oh, how kind of him to offer. The child agreed, or the girl agreed rather. Once again, he spun the straw into gold. The next day, the king married the miller's daughter, and the new queen soon forgot all about the strange little man. A year passed. The queen had a bouncing baby boy. It did not take long for the little man to appear again. "Please don't take my son," the queen begged. "If you guess my name, you can keep your baby. You have 3 days." said the little man. For 2 nights after that, the little man would appear in the baby's nursery. The queen would try to guess his name, but all of her guesses were wrong. Whose dog's that? Right, on the morning of the 3rd day, one of the queen's servants was in the forest chopping logs when he saw a funny little man. Leaping around a fire and singing. He hid behind a tree and listened. The queen will never win my game, for Rumpelstiltskin is my name. The servant hurried home to tell the queen. That night, when the queen correctly guessed the little man's name, he was furious. He turned red with rage and ran off into the forest, never to be seen again. I wonder how many of your parents tried to sell you to a strange little man. I'm just saying it could happen. Right. What else can we read you, strange people? Okay. Oh, the Elves and the Shoemaker. Fantastic. Right. So come on, stay awake. There was once a poor shoemaker who lived with his wife. We only have enough leather to make 1 more pair of shoes to sell, said the shoemaker. So he cut out the leather, ready to stitch the next day, then went to bed. That night, 2 elves crept into the shop, dressed in rags. They found the leather and set to work. The next morning, the shoemaker was amazed to find the finest pair of shoes he had ever seen. A rich gentleman saw the stylish shoes in the shop and tried them on. He was so delighted with the fit that he paid the shoemaker twice the asking price. We can buy more leather, the shoemaker told his wife. That evening, the shoemaker cut out 2 more pairs of shoes from the leather and went to bed. During the night, the 2 elves crept into the shop again and set to work on the leather. In the morning, the shoemaker found 2 pairs of beautiful shoes. He had sold them for more money than he had ever thought possible. Now the shoemaker had enough money to make 4 new pairs of shoes. Who is helping us? Asked the shoemaker's wife. That night, the shoemaker cut out the new leather. Then he and his wife hid and waited. You know, it's just strange, isn't it? Did they not think and wonder what was going on before this? Something you guys would do, really, isn't it? Just not question. You know, when your clothes get washed and things like that, who do you think does that? No, not elves. We must repay our little helpers for their kindness, the shoemaker told his wife. Let's make some fine clothes, said his wife. So they made the elves 2 little pairs of trousers, 2 smart coats, and 2 warm woolly scarves. That night, the shoemaker and his wife hid again and watched as the elves found their tiny outfits. They quickly dressed, then danced away happily into the night. The shoemaker and his wife never saw the elves again, but they continued to make fine shoes and were never poor. Fantastic. Oh, I'm sorry, you're getting bored. How do you think I feel? Okay. Oh. Little Duck has a big idea. Have any of you ever had an idea? before? No? Right. Little Duck lived on a farm by a sparkling river. She loved exploring the river banks and talking to the rabbits, frogs and field mice who lived there too. In the summer, the river was a happy, crowded place. Little Duck especially loved to watch the arrival of wild ducks. But now it was fall, and the wild ducks were getting ready to leave. "Why are you going away?" she asked them. "Nobody wants to stay here for the winter," replied the wild ducks. "It's too cold. We're flying south." Little Duck had never been south. She loved her river home, but maybe it was time to try something new. "I'm coming with you," she shouted to the wild ducks, and swam off to tell her friends she was leaving. "Please don't go," they cried. "Your home is here with us." But Little Duck wouldn't listen. Her mind was made up. Didn't care about her friends anymore. Not very nice. The next day, Little Duck followed some wild ducks high into the sky. But as she looked down at her friends and the winding river below, Little Duck began to feel sad. "I don't want to leave my lovely river home and all my friends," she cried, swooping back down to the ground. "I'm back," she called out. "Who are you?" asked one of the rabbits. "It's your friend, Little Duck," replied Little Duck. "Our friend flew off into the sky," squeaked a field mouse. "She's a wild duck now." "No, I'm not. I'm still a little duck," Little Duck cried. "Don't you remember me?" Croaked a frog. "She looks like Little Duck." But Little Duck didn't want to stay here. The animals burst into laughter. "Oh, you." "Stop that," giggled Little Duck, realising her friends were joking. "I belong here with all of you." "Welcome home, Little Duck," said her friends. And Little Duck never flew away again. I just want to let you all know you are all free to fly away. Never for me to see you again. But anyway, you look all a little bit sleepy, so I'm just thinking maybe have a little bit of a nap. Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. That really took it out of me, to be honest. Okay,